Do you want to compete at the highest level? Do you want to go to the European Championships in Birmingham next year? But first, you will need to qualify. Let me tell you how you too can compete with the best. The easiest way to qualify is to just win a tournament, like Harm-Jan did at the first qualifier in the Netherlands. Or like our back-to-back champion cEDH with his off-meta brews. In the Netherlands, there are several tournaments which feed into the European Championship. The most well-known tournaments in the Netherlands are of course Lucky Top Deck in Haarlem in the boardroom. But other tournaments are popping up in our small country as well. For example, cEDH 2, The Quickening in the Stay OK hostel in Amsterdam. And all of these tournaments can feed into the European Championship. You can even go to Belgium, Germany, or even further into Europe and try to steal those qualifiers back for the Netherlands. Mike already stole one of ours, so we'll need to get that back. Get to it, boys. So, in Birmingham, we got the biggest group, even bigger than last year in München. It's going to be a long qualifying season until March 20th and 22nd, 2027. That's when the European Championship in Birmingham is taking place. But still, spiking a tournament is going to take some hard work and some lucky top decks. If you are playing in a finals where the winner has already qualified, his qualification might pass on to you, depending on your results in the Swiss. So this way, as more and more people qualify for the European Championship, you will find more and more chances for you to qualify even without winning a tournament. And making the finals might be enough. However, there is another way. Lucky Top Deck, in collaboration with all the other Dutch tournament organizers, present the Dutch cEDH League. The leaderboard tracks your progress throughout the qualifying season. And the 8 best players at the end of this leaderboard will also get a qualification for Birmingham. This league has started in January 2026 and it will end about a month before the European Championship in March 2027. Each Dutch tournament will earn you points, but only the top 4 results will count. The amount of points you get are based both on tournament size as well as your placement. In this table, you can see the different tournament sizes and the leaderboard points that come with each placement. Keep in mind that for every step, the average is taken out of a formula which calculates your points. The table will tell you exactly how many points you get. So 5th to 8th will all get the same amount of points. So your place on that list will always reflect your current standing on the leaderboard and whether or not you're in the top 8. Stick around if you want to get into the nitty-gritty of the formula that Vincent and Simone have cooked up. You're not a math nerd. What are you doing playing Magic? I will just ask you to subscribe and like the video. Share this video with your friends. We like some new meat. You can find a link in the description to Lucky Top Deck leaderboard. And while you're down there, you can leave a comment about my hair. And next, our resident in mathematics, Chris, will explain to you the formula in greater detail. Oh, thank you, Chris. So, as you can see here, we have made a formula which looks complicated because it is. And before we get to the formula, we will need to establish some of the variables that we're using here. We will need to express the placement score and the size factor. And we'll start with the placement score. We will take n as the amount of players at the tournament. You subtract your position and you divide that by n minus 1. So if you place first in a 32-player tournament, it will look like this. 32 minus 1 divided by 32 minus 1. Well, that's easy, you get to 1. However, if you place 16th at a 39-player tournament, your placement score is 39 minus 16 divided by 39 minus 1, and you will get about 0.61 as your placement score. Now we can look at the size factor. This is another variable we need to define to get to the leaderboard score. And in this case we'll use a logarithm, as the difficulty will scale up for larger tournament and so will your points. So again we take the n for the amount of players and n0 for the reference tournament size. Because the smallest tournament is 16, the reference tournament size will be 16. And for the 32 player tournament where you've placed first, we get this calculation, log base 2 32 divided by log base 2 16, and the size factor here will be 5 divided by 4. And in the case of our 39 player tournament, where we placed 16th, we get log base 2 39 divided by log base 2 16, and it will turn out to be 5.29 divided by 4. Now we have defined the variables and we can turn to the actual formula again. Since log base 2 16 is 4, we can divide the 100 at the start by 4 to get a simplified version of our formula. So it will look like this. Now we get our 32 player example. Again, the formula is points equals 25 times 1 times 5 is 125. You can look it up in the table. I am correct here. However, for our 39 player tournament, the table will not get your exact leaderboard score. This is because the table takes the average of the different positions, and if you look it up, that's the amount of points that you get. However, we can still calculate for our 39 person tournament. We come into 16, so we will see the points equals 25 times 39 minus 16 divided by 39 minus 1 times log 2 base 2 39. And this should get you around 80 points. And in the table you can see that it is within the range of getting 16th at a 39 player tournament. Seems easy, right? Or you can just wait until the leaderboard is updated, or check the table beforehand. Thanks to Vincent from Lucky Top Deck for letting us put out this explainer for them. Again, please subscribe to Smokestack to keep updated on the Dutch cEDH scene, to see how your favorite players are doing, and of course to see yourself on our live streams or in the tournament report interviews. We really enjoy bringing these to you. Good luck and have fun.